He sat in the corner. Not because he was broken, not because he was wild, not even because he was old. He sat there because he was waiting for someone to read what was written on his collar, something no one else had ever noticed, something that would break every rule they'd made about who deserved love. And when the right man finally saw it, the entire shelter fell silent. What happened next? You won't believe how a single line of engraved metal changed everything. If this made your chest tighten, hit like, share this with someone who needs to remember. Love doesn't always come with a wag, and if you're watching from anywhere in the world, drop your country below. We want to know where this story found you. They called him Elias. Black coat streaked with silver, eyes the color of storm clouds after rain. He didn't bark. He didn't leap. He didn't beg. While puppies tumbled over each other in the adoption yard, Elias sat curled against the back wall of his kennel, still as stone. Families walked past without glancing. Children pointed at the golden retriever puppy spinning in circles. Young couples laughed at the terrier who stole socks and chased his tail. But Elias, he watched them, always watching. His food bowl was full. His bed clean. The staff whispered he was too calm, too sad, too quiet. No one said it out loud, but everyone thought it. He's already given up, and maybe he had. Day after day, the same ritual. A family enters, eyes scan the cages. A puppy yelps, they smile. They pick, they leave. Elias never moved. Not even when a little girl pressed her face to the bars and whispered, "Hi, doggy." He looked at her. Just looked, then slowly lowered his head again. His tail hadn't wagged in months. The shelter worker said he used to follow his owner everywhere, to the park, to the store, even to the hospital. But when the owner didn't come back, Elias stopped expecting anyone to. He wasn't depressed, he was mourning, and grief doesn't bark, it just waits. No one noticed the tag. It was faded, scratched, half hidden under his collar. Most assumed it was useless, old ID, lost owner. Just trash, but if you looked close, if you really looked, you could still make out the letters, engraved deep, carved by trembling. Hands, one line, just one, and only one person ever bothered to read it because no one believed an old dog could carry a message from beyond. But that tag wasn't for the shelter. It wasn't for the vet. It was for whoever came next. A final plea, a last breath, a promise left behind. And when David knelt down that afternoon, he didn't see a stray. He saw a guardian, still holding on to something no one else could see. David didn't want a pet. He wanted silence. After losing his wife, he'd spent months alone in a house too big for one. He walked into the shelter not looking for joy, but for peace. He passed the barking dogs, the ones begging, the ones dancing. Then he saw Elias, still, quiet, watching him, not with hope, with recognition, like he'd seen this man before. In another life, David knelt, didn't speak, just held out his hand. Elias didn't rush, he didn't lick. He stepped forward, slowly, and rested his forehead against David's palm. That's when David saw it. The tag! His fingers trembled. The metal was cold, the engraving worn, but clear. If you're reading this, I'm gone. Please don't let him forget how deeply he was loved. David's breath vanished. He knew those words. He'd written them himself. 6 months ago, on the day he buried his wife, and Elias had been her dog, all along. The dog she kissed goodnight, the dog she cried to when the pain got too heavy, the dog who waited for her to come home and now was waiting for someone who understood. The shelter worker approached gently. "You don't have to take him today." David didn't look up. "He didn't choose me," he whispered. "I think he chose her." A pause, then, "If he's still waiting for love, then I'll be the one who gives it to him." No applause, no music, just the click of a leash being clipped onto a collar, and for the first time in years, Elias's tail twitched just once, but it was enough. At home, Elias didn't run. He sniffed. He paced. He lay beside the empty chair where she used to sit. David didn't push. He didn't force affection. He just sat, and Elias followed. By week's end, he slept at the foot of the bed. By month's end, he rested his head on David's knee while he read. Neighbors asked why he smiled so much. David just said, he remembers love, and now he gets to live it again. Sometimes, the dog no one wanted was the one who loved the hardest, and the greatest gift we can give is to believe in love that outlives loss.